Welcome back to the channel, guys. Another video topic, another day. I'm going to break down and explain exactly what happens when the narcissist loses you forever and cannot get you back. These individuals are very annoying, ruthless, and they will do anything. And that's if they do want you back. Because let's say if one of them screwed you over and they don't care to have you back, then it's not going to be really anything. But if they've lost you and they want you back and they can't have you back and they lost you forever, you will not respond, you will not reply, you will not do anything. They're going to be throwing some extra hissy fits. They'll try to get a hold of your parents to get through to you. They'll try to get a hold of your best friends to get through to you, to try to get reactions out of you. There's people, for example, on this YouTube channel that are constantly throwing things at me to try to get my attention because they're toxic. Every big YouTuber goes through stuff like this. There's always annoying people just blowing up your phone, just doing weird shit. All the time. I block so many damn people, it's not even funny. And that is your fault for being a weirdo. What are you doing? It's the same as these narcs that can't get you back. I'm convinced that these people are half psychopathic, narcissists, whatever you want to call them. I'm convinced. No regular person acts like that. No regular person is going to do weird shit like that. There's people that try to get a hold of me off this YouTube channel for half a year to a year and failed miserably because I've never replied. And all of a sudden they disappear to thin air because they know for a fact I'm not gonna reply to what they're doing, to what they're saying. You're going to get blocked. And they'll still try. They'll get new numbers, they'll hit you up on that. Complete weirdos, bro. But that's what they are. So, when the narcissist can't get you back, they will do anything to try to make that happen. And when they can't, they will eventually give up. They're going to target somebody else. And God help that other person that they go to, because it sucks. They're annoying. They're like little children that can't get what they want. It's like you're their daddy or their mom. Like they're trying desperately to get your attention. They probably never got none from mommy and daddy. They're trying to go to you. They're trying to go to somebody else. They can't just be themselves because they don't even have nothing. They need something. They just can't be a regular person because they're not a regular person. They're a narcissist. They're nuts. Complete weirdos. Creeps. And they're all over the place. And then there's the narcissists that do not give a shit if they lose you or not, because they're going out. They have multiple supply to go as it is. You're just another person in the pond, in their pond. You're just another person in their world. So if they can't get you, they're not going to overly try. They might hate the fact that they can't get you, but they're going to go to somebody else. They're going to use somebody else in position of where they wanted to put you in. You could have had a thing with a narcissist and you don't want to put up with their shit anymore because you're sensing and you're coming on to what they're trying to do, so you cut them off completely. They'll probably shed a few tears and they're going on to the next person. All of a sudden they're in a relationship with another person and this person is their world. Like, bitch, oh, he's my world. You've had 8 worlds now. What are you building? A solar system? He's my world. You just had about 8 different people on the go. You're building a solar system. You know what I'm saying? They're not loyal. They don't care. They'll build a damn solar system with anybody they can get to obey to them, to command to their rules, in a very toxic way. And we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. We play by the right rules. We do the right things. Their rules are pathetic. Their principles are pathetic. Their lives are pathetic. Their lives make no sense. There's no sense, there's no meaning, there's no purpose, there's no value to their lives. And they want you to be a part of their life. They want you to be in their pond. They just want you to be another swan in the pond. And if that swan happens to leave because it's like, F this pond, I'm out, dog. They got another swan in the pond. And they'll usually get somebody to be in there to stay. You don't want to be that swan. It's the last place you want to be. They are nuts. And they don't care. They just want life to go as they want it to go. They can't deal with being under somebody else's roof. They can't deal with letting themselves be led by the right person. They feel the need to always be in control. They're control freaks. And not for the right reasons. Somebody got to be in control. So you better make sure the person is sane. You better make sure that person that's in control is leading in the right directions. Unlike these weasels. They don't know what the hell's going on. They are reptiles. They are reptilians. They just switch up all the time. They change colors all the time. You never know what to expect from them. They don't even know who the fuck they are. They are unpredictable. In their minds, who knows what's going on? They're coming up with this evil shit all the time. Pretending as if they're not that, but they are absolutely that. And they know it deep, 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 deep down. Now, I guarantee there's a narc watching this video and they're probably thinking, you know what, he's right. And they're probably a bit embarrassed because they know it's true. It is true. You're sick in the head. You don't know what's going on. You need help. You need to be under the watchful eye of somebody that is sane, of somebody that knows where they're going, of somebody that knows what they're doing, someone that has a few brain cells up here, because clearly you have none. Clearly. The damage they do to other people is out of this world. If you're not slick enough to realize what's going on, you're going to get damaged. I remember being a younger kid, being under the spells of these narcs, thinking I'm dating the right girls, these pretty girls running around that don't have a brain cell left. And I'm actually listening to what they're saying, thinking things are going as planned, thinking things are all good. I should have been the smart one all along, leading that bitch. But no, they put you in a position where you can't. And it's like when you're young, the way you think as a young guy, they're good looking enough, they're good enough that, you know what, I'm going to listen to what they're saying. I'm going to take what they're saying head on. I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. Hopefully things get better, and you just keep going. Not the right thing to do. As a male, you were leading the whole time. Some of these narcs are the masters of projection as well. Some of these females will be like, oh, I had a narc, I had an ex-narc, and all this stuff. Most of the time, these women that are saying I had this ex-male narc were the narcs to begin with. Not every single one of them. You could be watching this video and you could think to yourself you had an ex-male narc. Most of the time, and I'm not even joking, they are projecting that onto him. because they couldn't control him. And the fact that they could not control him, to make him their puppet, they call him a narc. When in actuality, you are the narc. He is the guy that got free from your psychotic ass bitch. And I'm not saying every single one of you, but a lot of you are actually nuts. Seriously. There's nothing normal about that. Nothing. Every man should lead. There's a lot of men in this world that will put up with certain things from females because they feel they need to. They feel they have to keep her. Whenever I was a younger guy, still in high school, I felt I needed to just kind of let things be her way so I could keep her. And hopefully things got better over time. My mistake. I'm here right now, openly, vulnerably admitting that. You're not going to hear a lot of people do that. A healthy person does that. Unhealthy people is going to project. I ain't projected nothing. That's exactly what happened. I didn't have to let it happen, but I did. Never again. Whenever I took my life in full hands, under my own control, got my masculinity back, got on point again, everything turned good. But whenever I was back in the past, whenever I let a lot of things just go, things were at its worst. Because it's under a female's control. She's basically leading the way, calling the shots, saying how things are going, making plans. No. It's a disaster when you're in a position like that. There's a lot of guys that just sell out today for a female. You let life go her way. No. It should never go her way. Never. And if females disagree with that, go your own way then and see what happens. We wish you nothing but the best, but we're not going to listen and command to what you're trying to say when you're the emotional person. We actually build things. We know what we're doing from scratch. I think every female, and I'm not saying every female should just follow any dude. Find the right dude and let him lead is what should happen. You want to disagree? Go read the Bible. Men lead, women follow. This feminist bullshit that goes on today is nuts. My own parents admit this stuff. Yeah, they admit this stuff themselves. They're traditional people. I know them exactly for what they are. They're not like these modern day bimbos. You want to be control freaks and control this and control that. I have friends right now that I used to go to high school with that are now married, that have a kid, and their wife wears the pants. He used to be when I say this dude, he used to be a tough guy. Just as tough as me. Being this guy, he was physically fit. He was in a tough sports just like me. Now he is a shill. He looks brittle. He looks a lot weaker. He looks like he doesn't have a voice. He looks like a cuck. Oh, let them be happy. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't. You're looking at a weak family with no backbone. Because the woman he's with wants to be in control. She thinks she has the brilliant ideas of how life wants to go. And it's not going to be good. You can already tell. The best families has a strong man in the house. The best. And I would tell you guys a statistical fact right now, but I'm going to save it because I don't want to start to get into it. Because if I said it, I'm going to start to get into it. I'm going to make a whole other video topic on it. And I hope all you guys view the video because it's brilliant. And there is statistical facts, a lot of them out there, that proves a lot of what I am saying even right now correct. The world is in shambles. All these females that feel they want to have the power wear the pants. It's not good. All these women should have a better man in their life. Some of them can't get one. And I get that. But you gotta ask yourself, where did you go wrong? What happened as to why you couldn't do that? Because you should have been able to do it. You were probably traumatized young. Things happened. Who knows? But man, it's just a shame, to be honest. It's just a shame. There's so many sus things that just goes on today, bro. It just, and honestly, it sounds like I'm just blaming females in this video, which kinda, yeah. It's a huge problem, bro. It's hard not to talk about. It really is. I know a lot of good fellas today. A lot of them. And they're perfectly sane. And I mean perfectly sane. They have the ability to completely take charge, make a female's life better than it is. A lot of them refuse because they want to play by their own set of rules. Do you guys understand how many modern day bimbos are just entitled and are very stubborn in their ways and want to play by their own rules and live life on their own terms and all this bullshit? Do you guys understand how many women today are like this? They lost their damn minds. They don't understand that they're going to do those things for too long and it's going to be too damn late. The smartest women I know get the right man in her life ASAP. She doesn't wait it out. She doesn't play around. She doesn't dick around. Those things are for like junior high, high school. Everyone's going to do those things around that age. But it gets to a point where it starts to be very unacceptable, very immature, very stupid. You're seeing university girls do this. You're seeing girls that graduate university in their mid-20s damn near, that still continue that stubborn, weird behavior where they don't get a man, they wait too long, they get into their 30s, and it's too late. They don't have the same options as they had because they are older now, less fertile. There's a million things that checks off the boxes as to why a man don't want you no more. You could have had it, but you don't got it no more. It's stupidity. They don't understand. They're stubborn, they're in their ways, they're basically narcs. Very entitled. Very, with this inflated sense of self. Just the way they are, the way they act, not down to earth. Just a balloon head. Someone pump that shit up and make it pop. You pump that up a little more and it's going to pop because it's already inflated. Head's huge. That's because they choose to be stubborn and live life by their own terms. Oh, I'm going to do what I want. I can live however I want. I'm a boss. And this and that and that and this. You don't understand what you're talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about. You're not a boss. You can't even have a conversation like this without crying. You cannot get yelled at. You cannot be corrected without crying. These boss chicks, I've talked to a few in my life. And a few younger than myself. They're wannabe boss chicks. They cry all the time. Sending you pictures of them crying. And the next day they're this confident boss bitch. That's the energy they have. It's embarrassing. They're all over the place. They're stubborn. They won't get a man when they could easily get one, and they won't let him lead. They won't be what they should be. That's like a man not being what he should be. A solid rock, being able to lead, being able to provide, protect. It's equivalent to a man not being and playing his role the way he should be. It's that simple. It's literally that simple. It's the exact same thing. There's no difference. It is what it is. That's why these types of females are getting left behind. You're not wanted. There's always going to be a chick that gets it right. She's going to win. She's going to end up with the prize. And these other chicks that are stubborn, that do what you want. Okay, do what you want. It's not going to get you what you really want in the end. Do you think any man that has his shit together just did what he wanted? He did everything he didn't actually want to do, but he did it anyway because it's called discipline, it's called hard work. You get the better things in life when you do that. When you are entitled, I just want to do what I want. You don't get shit. You don't get shit. You don't. Do you think I would have accomplished anything in my life if I just wanted to be a loser, smoke weed all the time, not make any money, not do anything, just do this, don't do that, don't take care of myself at all, don't learn nothing, don't read a book, don't watch anything, don't watch any knowledge or educational videos or nothing? No. No. It would be a fucking nightmare. Do you think if I didn't work with a carpenter, I could just build walls to a house? No. I can build walls to a house because I worked with a carpenter. I did the work. You don't do the work. You stay stuck in your ways. You stay stubborn. You go against your own nature. You go against the things you actually should do. You don't get the results. You don't even have the experience. You're not even cut out to get the things you want. These things blow my mind. It's mind-blowing. The delusion. Any parents that bring up their children, male or female, and sell them this dream, call them a princess, you can't be touched, you're perfect, it's complete bullshit. You're a human being, just like a male. You're a fucking human being. As if your shit don't stink. You're a human fucking being. You are not more valuable, and you don't have less value than a male. We have the same amount of value. We have our differences, we have our strengths, all this kind of stuff. Both are equally as important than the other. But it's these chicks that grow up with this entitlement, never corrected by their fathers, never even corrected by their own mothers. Sold this dream from birth, from their grandparents. Their grandparents coddle the shit out of them. You're a princess, you're a queen. You deserve a freaking fantasy world. If you don't get that, don't do anything. I hate to break it to you, but there's no fantasy world. This is all narc behavior shit. Do you guys not understand this? Do you guys think I would treat my daughter like that? If having one, I'd prefer a son. Be also happy with a daughter, but I prefer a son because I got plans. But I would not treat my daughter this way. She's going to know the truth. Obviously, I'm not going to be right strict and hard on her since birth, but like, you guys know what I'm saying. I'm not going to sell her this dream. All this fake bullshit. You think I'm not going to give her right advice towards males? Of course. But there's a lot of issues with the way people were just brought up, born, and all this type shit. It plays a huge factor, and it hurts them later on in life when they become an adult. They were never corrected. None of this stuff happened. It's what creates narcs. I don't care if you came from a nice family or not. The behavior from your parents is a lot. The entitlement from your parents and your family and the people around you that just coddled you, it's a lot. They did not prepare you for the real world. They prepared you to fail. They prepared you to struggle with other human beings that you could potentially end up with. They have failed you in those categories, in those areas. They did a damn good job of giving you everything you wanted and needed, but they failed in areas that's actually going to make you an adult. They failed under those categories, and you know what? You're only a kid for a short amount of time. You're gonna be an adult. You're gonna be an adult for a long, long time. 18, 19, you're an adult. That's why when I turned 19, I got my shit together quick. I stopped doing a lot of things I was doing in a flick. Like instantly. I changed the way I was moving in life. Instantly. And I worked harder on myself than just about anybody you could think of. In every single way. Mentally, physically, every single way you could think of. But these people have this entitlement. They don't need to do the work. They don't need to grow. I'm entitled. I just want to make my own decisions and life has to be the way I want it to be. You are a mess. You're a nutcase. And you're in for a rude awakening. A very rude awakening. So, before I end this video, once again, and it's these same people that when they can't get you, they hate it, man. They hate you for not wanting them because they're just messed up. You don't want them because of how messed up they actually are. And when they know for a fact they can't get you, they probably will let you go. And they're going to try something else with somebody else. God bless. God bless the person that puts up with your stuff. And one more thing before I end this video. I'm not saying there's not a lot of males that need a lot of work to do, because I know a lot of kids as well. They're probably about 16, 17, 18 years old right now. I know a lot of people where I come from. They have a lot of work to do. There's reasons why a lot of females don't want them in that kind of a way. Because they have a lot of work to do. There's a reason why a lot of young females date guys from usually 3 to 8 years older. That's what the age range is. Females usually are very attracted to men that are 3 to 8 years older than they are. Because a lot of the time, they're more mature than the males their own age. And I'm talking about females that actually have it together, that actually aren't entitled, that actually was brought up in a decent way with a little bit of discipline. Their father made her work at a young age. I know females like that as well. I know very young females that are just in the same community as me. I coach a lot of people. I do a lot of things. I work with a lot of people. They have jobs. They're contributing to society. They don't have an over inflated head. They weren't given every single thing on a silver platter with this king size, queen size bed and just never had a job. They've had jobs. They've done things. They've contributed. Their heads aren't huge. They're humbled. They're harder working. Their brains work better. They're smarter people. They're